Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Music Forward Open Mic Fridays. Happy Friday to everyone who is tuned in with us right now. We are so excited that you are here. Listen, it is Friday night. Everything is pretty much back open. You could be anywhere in the world, but you are here with us, and we appreciate it so much. Before we even get started for real, do me a quick favor and shoot this link to somebody. Somebody probably sent you the link, like, hey, watch me perform. Now you pay it forward, right? And you copy the link and send it to somebody else. Tell them, join this amazing open mic that's going to be on tonight. They can log in from wherever they are. Send it so we can fill this room and so many eyes and ears can be on this amazing talent that we have for you tonight. So I am your hostess with the mostest. My name is Lydia Caesar, and I am a singer, a songwriter, and a host as well. And I'm excited to host this open mic every other week for Music Forward. We feature artists from all around the globe. That is right. We have had artists from Africa, England, and so many other amazing places all across the United States. That is the power of the internet and virtual performances. So make sure that you not only share the link, but tell people, hey, they do this every other week. So spread the word. We appreciate you for being here with us on Twitch. That is the platform that you are watching on right now. If you do have a Twitch account, please make sure that you follow us, subscribe so that you don't miss out. There's so many amazing initiatives going on, and a lot of them happen right here on Twitch. Before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about Music Forward and Open Mic Fridays. Because, like I said, one of the artists probably was like, hey, I'm performing, watch. And you have no clue what's going on, right? Okay, well, let me fill you in. First, what is Music Forward? Music Forward is an amazing organization that connects young people from our communities directly to the music industry via career and artist development programming designed to transform young lives, inspire careers, and champion a more inclusive music industry. Listen, you guys, the music industry is such a tough nut to crack. Okay. I wish that I had like a Music Forward when I was first starting out because it's so helpful. Like, this is you alone on an island. This is this is the industry. Music Forward is literally the bridge that really helps you get there. So it's a super, super amazing organization. And they produce this event, which is called Open Mic Friday. So what is this? It's not your typical open mic where anybody can grab the mic. We scout and find great talent. And it's a performance showcase where, new, younger artists get to share their talent. They gain exposure, right? You guys are watching right now. And the one thing that makes this different is they get live feedback directly from industry experts with successful careers in music, executives and producers and other artists who have done and achieved great things. Because I know I can't stand when somebody tries to tell me what to do and they've never done it. I'm like, how is that going to work? You know what I mean? This is not that. So that's what makes Open Mic Fridays so, so special. Okay, so let's get back to the showcase and the lineup for this evening. We're going to need a little help from you guys, okay? So from tonight's lineup, we're going to be inviting back two special performers for our finals showcase next month, August. One will be the artist with the most fans in the audience. So I'm going to call you to action during the show, and you're going to be able to vote for them, your favorite artist, in the poll on Instagram. The artist with the most love is going to be the one that comes back. We have one from every single showcase, right? So that's the fan favorite. And then also the industry experts get to choose one person to come back as well. So two people from tonight will be coming back. And we do have a more condensed show tonight. We have 3 acts. We usually have 5. So we'll be able to spend a little bit more time with our industry experts, which is awesome for these artists. They are so lucky. All right. Last but not least, we have also partnered with Sennheiser to provide professional equipment to our artists. So the 2 artists that get selected tonight will receive a Sennheiser Evolution E835 microphone to use for both recording and stage. Not to mention, I am also using a Sennheiser microphone tonight, right here. And it's incredible. So the artist selected from the end of our season will also receive a pair of headphones. So a lot to gain out of being a part of Music Forward's Open Mic Fridays. Okay, so now for the fun stuff. Before we get started with the artists, we are going to introduce our industry guests, okay? And we have some heavy hitters with us tonight. And I love the fact that we have a lady lineup. So, industry experts, please turn on your cameras. I'm going to tell the audience a little bit about the both of you. All right. So first, we have Stephanie Falvo. She is the senior manager, artist relations and business development for Smule. Stephanie has expertise in music marketing and is passionate about connecting artists to their fans. She is currently working at social singing app Smule, managing relationships with content providers and running Sing with the Artist promotional campaigns that activate fans and engage with their favorite, that activate fans to engage with their favorite artists. Stephanie, welcome.
So excited to be here. Thank you.
I'm excited too to have you. First of all, this app sounds amazing. So maybe you can just tell us, because I'm pretty sure it's new to a lot of people. Tell them a little bit about Smule.
Yeah,
how they can be a part. Yeah.
Sure. Smule's a karaoke app. It's a social singing community, and it's a place where people who either like to sing or like to create music can come on and create music together. So you can sing with anyone all across the globe. You create it asynchronously. So I could record half a song and then I could send it to you and say, hey, Lydia, join me. And then it will put together this piece of content that then you can share wherever you want.
Fire. Love it. Okay. And you can just download it in any app store.
Yep. It's available in the app stores. There's a free tier, so anyone can use it.
Guys, if do it now while you're backstage. All the artists need to be on Smule. And if you're watching and you sing, you join too, because I'm going to join as soon as I get off this gig right here. So my next question for you, Stephanie, is what would you say are some best practices to be discovered on social media?
So I would say maybe one of the most important things is just consistency. You know, anyone can throw something up once every few weeks, but there's a lot being shared out there. I'm sure we all know that, and it's on different channels. So as much as you can get your content out there and as frequently as possible, I would say it would be a key piece of trying to be discovered on there.
Yeah, for sure. I have to 1000% agree with that. It's like throwing pasta to the wall, see if it's going to stick. You just have to keep on for real, because you never really know what may be the post to help you elevate. So great answer. Okay, well, stick around. I'm going to introduce Akilah next. We have Akilah Robinson, the VP of Creative at Warner Records. As the VP of Creative Services, Akilah is responsible for commissioning official music videos and other video content for the Warner Records roster. Working with artists like Saweetie, Isaiah Rashad, Division, and Andra Day, she works with many different creatives to develop and execute content plans. Amazing, Akilah. We're so happy to have you with us.
I am very excited to be here. How you doing?
I'm doing phenomenal. It's a great Friday night. We're going to hear some amazing talent. That's always fun. So my question for you is, what do you feel helps to contribute to a great music video?
I think the best music videos are the ones where you just go for it and you have a really, really good time. Like you just bring that song to life. So if it's that love song, you get that nice R&B storyline of, he's done her wrong or she's done her wrong or whatever. Or, I love a great energetic energetic performance video with beautiful art direction. You know, it's really about taking the song first and bringing that to life. I think when you really just connect the song and the visuals so that the fan has that full experience, those are my favorite music videos.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you said when you really just like bring the energy and have fun, because I feel like people can tell when you're faking, you know, like if you're genuinely enjoying the process and enjoying what you're doing, I think it'll be great art, because people like, you know, people can see through, believe it or not, but they can. You can always smell a fake, especially in art. So yeah, I think that's a great answer. So I'm excited for our artists to be able to pick you guys' brain. They each have their own questions for you after their performances. So yeah, I will be calling you back. We'll be chatting throughout the night. So thank you both for being here. And at this time, you may both turn off your cameras.
Okay.
All right, you guys. So you see, we have some women bosses on this event tonight, some executives, and they're going to be able to give feedback directly to our artists. So let's get the show started. Last thing I want to do is remind you that the chat on Twitch is open tonight. Let me tell you, as an artist, I can say from experience that a kind word, encouraging words can go a long way, because there are going to be some days where you're going to doubt, man, should I have just got a 9-to-5? This is crazy. Am I crazy? There's going to be those moments, right? Because it's like I said, it's not an easy industry. So you never know how far your words may take these artists. So share some love and light and energy with them tonight. Keep the chat positive, and let's uplift these artists as they showcase their talent for us, okay? All right. Coming to the virtual stage, we have our very first performer of the night, Maybe Backwood. And the crowd goes wild. Come on in, Maybe. Maybe Backwood is a recording artist, writer, producer, and engineer. That bio, Maybe. Short, sweet, and to the point. I love it.
Thank you.
How are you? Welcome tonight. We're excited to have you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so tell the audience what they can expect from your performance tonight.
This is the actual, it's going to be the first single off of my album, Fallback Season. It's I could say it's like it's a thought, like it's like a diary piece, if you will.
Nice.
Like it's, if you are listening, I really try to, like, you know, I make sure that everything I'm saying is very detailed, and kind of brings it here.
Paints a picture.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice. So you said this is going to be the first single on your album. When is your album coming out?
It will be coming out in August.
Okay. And this single is out now, or is it coming out?
It's up and coming. It will be coming out. It will be coming out.
Nice. So it's coming out soon. So, all right, awesome. So people can expect to hear it out there in these musical streets very soon. We're excited to hear your performance. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Maybe Backwood, take it away.
Oh. Yeah. It's Maybe Backwards. Listen backward. To understand me. Looking at the clock like I got seconds left. Never second best. You at the top, you best protect your head and chest. See, I've been looking at my stuff. I got a theme to get money for myself. Forget the world. I don't need you. I need truth. It's the anomaly. Known to lift your anatomy. If a nigga says she calling my phone, say she mad at me. This is the Gatsby. To the bars till I'm the greatest. Get the money, start a salary. Spread it to all my calories. We gon' run the world till I'm running for the cardio. It's not cardi flow. Play the one, you get on the road. Present me flow. I'm the future, get your pics up. Flicks up. See my ex call the lines. Should I even pick up? I'm just trying to find a way to make some money quicker. I've been writing for some years. I can make it flip on. Get the narrow, let me alone. Flip the narrow. If I'm right, let the circle for the night. Take a second, get it right for me. Yeah. Some nights I feel alive for it. Got me talking to myself like, is it me or is God's story? We gonna be alright. Make a wait till I die for it. Always be myself. Keep a player like my static getting major. But I got you, shawty. We gon' write it out. Check your side out. We gon' time it out. Lay your face plain Jane. Got you glowing, shining now. Now I'm finna walk a block like that CBD. Envy me. Talking too much. You don't even get the punch like it's CBD. Like it's CBD. And it's an intro to my dreams. Thank y'all for listening.
Baby Backwood came through with the bars with a real rap. I can always appreciate somebody who I can hear the words, the clarity, the play on words that you have in there. Excellent job. Let us call our industry experts and industry guests. You may now turn on your cameras. All right, Stephanie, we will start with you. Stephanie, give your feedback, constructive criticism, whatever you'd like to Maybe Backwood.
All right, cool. Maybe it's great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for giving us that performance. You really brought the energy in, like leading us off, and I could feel it. I mean, I don't know where you are right now. I'm in Jersey, but I feel you in Jersey right now, even through the screen. Where are you based?
Well, I'm glad to bring that energy so much. I'm really glad that the energy was able to deliver through, and even in Jersey. Hey, I'm glad y'all.
Yo, it's hard. It's hard to do this in a digital form like this, and I really applaud you for doing that. I felt that. And I would also echo Lydia, your diction, the way that you speak is awesome. And again, in a digital means, that is not super easy to do. And I felt like I understood everything you were saying. The clarity was great. You said you're a producer and engineer. Did you create this entire track, or do you collaborate?
I collaborate. This one was actually one of the first songs that when I first started working to create the project, this is actually the first song that it really piqued me. And once I actually got done writing, I was like, I wanted to create more. And it's what actually fueled me to really, it was like the domino effect.
Nice.
After I got this one done, everything kind of just fell into place.
Oh, that's great. Nice. I mean, it's so important to find those things and then to ride off of them too, start the wave and keep going with it. Yeah. I really enjoyed your performance. I thought it was great. How long have you been working on the album for?
Actually, 2 years. This is actually one of two. I ended up working on two. I got really, really creative with it and ended up working on multiple things. But it is definitely something. I really can't wait for the world to see. Honestly.
Nice.
Oh, congrats. And I mean, to be doing multiple projects at once too, that's a true creative. Sometimes when it hits you, you have to keep going, keep following it.
Yeah. So where are you from? Maybe I think Stephanie asked that earlier.
I'm actually from California, SoCal. I was born in Fountain Valley, stayed in Anaheim for a while. Then we moved to Houston back in 2003. And we've been I live in Houston, but kind of go back and forth.
Between Houston and Cali.
Yes, ma'am. Nice. I have a lot of family and love to go back home.
Nice. That's awesome.
Nice.
All right. Akila, any feedback, constructive criticism, anything you like? Yeah.
No, I could definitely hear the LA and the Houston kind of in the music and in your flow. You got a really nice flow. I like how you kind of switched the cadence up. One thing I would say is if this is going to be your single, I would love to hear a hook. I would love to hear what a solid hook is for you, speaking in these digital spaces and just how music is moving now, really catching people with a nice hook that they can, pull away from the song or that you can use to tease the record on your socials and, get people to come into it. That little 8 bars or something, you know what I mean? But
I
the
agree.
storytelling is there 100%. Like your story, your passion, like I know you've got something to say, I can hear it and it's really great, but I think you just need something to bring the people in, you know, what's the DJ gonna drop? You know what I'm saying? When as an engineer and as a producer, when you're making that record, think of that moment, like, okay, when the DJ's in this set, what are they gonna, you know, what part of my record can they just drop in with, you know, think of your favorite rapper and like who you see yourself next to. And it's like, okay, how can I drop my song right next to that? What's my hook? What's the beat? You know, what does music sound like now? And that will really, I think that's what will start to set you apart. But I hear the Houston, I hear the LA, I love your accent. Like you have a nice tone too, a nice tone to your voice that I really enjoy.
Yeah. No, that was really great feedback, Makila. That's super important. Okay, so maybe, so this is your opportunity to ask a question to the experts. Just pick their brain. What is your question for our guest tonight?
Actually, yeah. My question is, what are the first things that pique your interest about songs when you hear them? And do you believe that you can have streaming success without radio? In your opinion?
Mm-hmm. Akila, that hook. No, let me say
you know, the second part of your question, I do think you could have streaming success without radio for sure. I think there's a lot of drivers that can help with streaming because, you know, via your own platforms, Twitter, Instagram, however you reach your fans, you can drive them right to click and play. You know, you don't have to wait. Will the DJ, will the radio play my song? You know, it's you. It's how much work you're going to put into it to drive people there. Yes. So that I absolutely believe, you know, with your hustle and creativity, streaming success can come without radio success.
Yes.
And can you actually repeat the first part of your question?
What are the first things that pique your interest about songs when you hear them?
For me, it's the beat. It's the beat and the story. I find myself leaning into a lot of like R&B recently. So it's like the storytelling and the lyrics, you know, basically, like I was saying before with the hook, like, how do you draw me in? What is this going to be about? And are you really telling a story? You know, like I get drawn into the lyrics more so.
Yeah.
Than anything.
Definitely. I love nothing better than like a song unfolding just the right way. Mm-hmm. The concept being revealed at the perfect time is like, ooh, goosebumps. So yeah, exactly. I totally feel that. Okay, Stephanie?
Yeah, I would say also I'm definitely drawn to lyrics. First, I would say I did a lot of musical theater growing up, like was always so interested in like storytelling through music. And I would echo as well, like, what is the story that's being told and like how does it move? Like, is there a climax? Does it happen in the middle of the song? Are you building to something at the end? That's always something that like is interesting to me when I listen to new music, is to see how the artist decides to tell that story. Mm-hmm. And then I would also agree, there is streaming success without radio. There's so many online platforms right now that you can use to be driving people to listen to your music. And there's, you know, different like Linkfire. There are ways that you can, you know, create one link for like a bio per se. And then through that link, you can have links to your music. Here's it on Spotify. Here's it on TikTok. Here's me on Apple Music. Yes. So that you're sending people to every platform so that they can choose the one that's like, you know, most successful to them. Maybe not everyone listens on the same place, but using like something like a Linktree or a Linkfire gives you the ability, like through socials, to say, okay, here's where my music is, like find it and listen to it where you listen.
Yeah, I agree. And don't forget the power of like TikToks and Reels now. Like that's how a lot of songs are being broken today, by like going viral as a sound, you know? So even if it's just like a bar or two of your song that you like make a dance to, or even just like a challenge, or like, you know, make a funny, like what artists be like or whatever. And it's like a couple of your lines and then people make their own versions of that. You know, those are ways that songs are really blowing up nowadays. So don't underestimate that power as well. All right. So if you're in the audience watching us now and you came to see Mavie, it is your turn to pay it forward for him. Head over to @musicforward on Instagram and show love to Mavie Backwood in our poll. So he may be the fan favorite to come back next month. Maybe, thank you so much for being here and for that performance, and industry experts. Thank you for the feedback. All of you may now turn off your cameras. All right. So we are moving right along to the next artist. Coming to the virtual stage, we have BB Sophia. Come on in, BB. I'm going to tell the audience about you. Originally from Miami, Florida, Sophia Gonzalez is a singer-songwriter based in New York City. My city, baby. Sophia is a classically trained dancer and choreographer who graduated from NYU Tisch Dance, and later on in her life found her passion for writing and singing. She recently released her debut EP titled Cursed on all platforms. Sophia has been calling the genre lullaby trap. I love it. And it is a mix of pop, hip hop, and soul. Her influences include 070 Shake, Lana Del Rey, Amy Winehouse, Kodak Black, and XXX Tekashi, may he rest in peace. Sophia is currently focusing on writing and performing her music. She is a storyteller through her art and aims to inspire others through her words and melodies. So, BB or Sophia, which one do you like?
Whatever you want. But it's BB Sophia, but everyone, people call me BB.
I'll call you both. BB. So BB Sophia, we're so excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Yeah. So what are you going to be performing this evening?
So I'm going to be performing there's the first song on my EP. So yeah, the EP is called Cursed, and there's 5 songs on there. And the one I'm performing is the first song that I wrote. And yeah, it's called BB Jazz. BB
Jazz. I love it. All right, you guys. Well, without further ado, BB Sophia, take it away.
Okay. Sorry. I want to go back to the time where my thoughts were never bad, to the time where I had all my parts intact, to the time right before you crossed my path, but my heart melted too fast. I feel my heart tearing like a shirt you're overwearing. I don't want to be overbearing, but I just would like sharing a kiss or two if you daring. Baby, why are you staring at me, telling me you love me? No intentions of actually caring about me. I know this is cryptic, baby, I like girls, but you're different, yeah. This might be a problem, fuck it, I'ma start one. I don't know what's happening inside of me. I see it in my dreams vividly. It's consuming me, confusing with my false reality. It's almost everything that I fucking need. Not quite, but almost everything I need to continue on believing in love and real meaning. Y'all don't know the feeling. Yeah, how do you change something that's concrete? How do you get yourself to fight the feeling of loving someone else? 'Cause I can't see a thing, but sometimes I catch you getting somewhat settled in, and then you quickly turn it off, 'cause you don't want to change a thing. You think about your life, then the silence sets in. I'll be waiting for you, baby. Don't you worry about a thing. Pretty soon I'll grow up and have all the chin. I feel my heart tearing like a shirt you're overwearing. I don't wanna be overbearing, but I just would like sharing a kiss or two if you daring. Baby, why are you staring at me, telling me you love me? No intentions of actually caring about me. I know this is cryptic, baby, I like girls, but you different. This might be a problem, da 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 da, fuck it, I'ma start one. Da 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 da. I wanna go back to the time where my thoughts were never bad, to the time where I had all my parts intact, but my heart melted too fast.
Woo, BB Sophia, that was a vibe. I love your freedom.
Thank you.
Yeah, I could just feel like the raw realness of your voice, your lyrics, like your whole style, your vibe. I loved it. Very authentic and very unique, I must say. I love that. All right, let's get our industry experts in. Industry guests, you may now turn on your cameras. All right, let's start with you this time, Akila. Give BB Sophia your feedback, constructive criticism, all that good stuff.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. That was really good. I love your lyrics. Like, it's so poetic. I love your jazzy approach. It's so interesting to see someone so young into jazz.
Yeah.
And to have all those other influences, and I listened to some of it before, and it gives me like a Lorde almost, like if you listen to her at all.
Totally.
Yeah, like it's just very interesting tone to your voice. Like it's fun. It's like Lydia said, it's a vibe. It's kind of like I wasn't expecting it.
Me neither.
And then like on top of that, lyrically, it's so strong and poetic. Like, well done, very well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Stephanie.
Yeah, right in the beginning, I was like, she's giving me fever with these snaps. Like, the vibe just like continued the whole song. And yeah, I would echo, like, your emotion really comes through your lyrics, and it feels very real. Like, nothing about that feels fabricated. And I think that's what success really is, like, in this space, is creating something that feels authentic, like you. So really awesome job. I loved the I don't know what's happening inside of me line. I wrote that down because I was like, me neither. Do we all? Like, nobody knows. And I really felt I related to that.
Like, I can relate.
I liked all your little vocal runs too, like the little runs throughout, that you sometimes, you'll hear those at like certain parts of a song, but you were throwing them at the end of every line, and it was refreshing. I also was looking at your Instagram before, and I love the way you bring your dance into your art, and how modern it is. Like, it's almost like the Tate McRae is like the pop version of that. Like, and you're doing it in this like modern, like emotion filled way. And I really vibe with that. And I would encourage you to keep doing that and bringing together the two things that you're good at and that you like to do, I imagine.
Yeah, of course. Love them both. But thank you.
Yeah. And so I saw in your bio, it said that you're a trained dancer and choreographer. Have you ever done vocal classes?
Yeah. Okay. I started, like, I've been singing, and I was taking like piano classes when I was young. So I play piano, and but then I kind of stopped because I've been dancing since I was like 6. So it was too much. Like, I couldn't really do both at the same time. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But then, like, I moved to New York for school, and then in the middle of that, like, COVID happened. So I went to LA for like a few months, and I like got back into like singing sort of, because I was like alone a lot. So I was sort of like got back into singing, and then I started to like write every single day and write and write and write. And it like at first it wasn't really anything, but then it started getting like really fun because like things kind of started to like click a little bit. And like I always had a lot of fun like making melodies. I just like couldn't really put the words to it.
Yeah.
And I kind of like was practicing that. So and I feel like with dance, like it's basic, and with choreographing, it's that, but without the words. So I feel like that's why it was like hard for me to put words, because I didn't really ever have to. But then I was forcing myself because I wanted to. I felt like dance like wasn't enough, you know?
Yes.
So
yeah, I definitely feel like some vocal coaching too would help elevate your just everything that you have going on. And especially since you're already trained as a dancer, I feel like you would have good retention for you know, just voice lessons in general. And I guess it's the teacher in me too, because I do vocal coaching online and in person as well. And I'm trained. I've been trained like since I was young. And I know that like people who study other creative areas, it usually bleeds, like they're good learners when it comes to stuff like that. So I think that you would definitely benefit. And it would just help elevate everything you have going on to do like some virtual, even if you did virtual vocal lessons or some in-person ones, whatever it is, just to help sharpen that part of your craft as well.
Yeah.
So your turn to ask our experts a question.
Okay. I feel like there's like so many questions I could ask, but like I guess right now I'm trying to like focus on doing a music video. And I think you guys heard this earlier when I had said, like, asked if like, you know, producing a video, like just low budget. But now I'm thinking that like, I'm kind of like in between songs. Like, I don't know which one to do a music video to. So I guess it's like, I know obviously I just have to listen to myself, but sometimes I can't choose. So I guess like what's like the best way to produce a video with a low budget / what's the best way to like figure out which song to do the video for if I'm choosing one from the EP that's already out?
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. I can help with this too, but I want to hear what our experts have to say first.
I can jump in. I would say for your first part of the question, low budget is friends. Are you currently in school?
No, I just graduated.
Okay. Even if you didn't, but if you went to a performing arts or any sort of like performance school or arts-driven school, I'm sure there's a film program, communications program. Definitely lean into your peers, because just like you're trying to build your music portfolio, they're trying to build a film portfolio. So, you know, even if it's about they can just provide and operate the gear and you have the idea, it's that collaboration, it's that young artist energy of, hey, I do this thing and I want to get here, you do this thing and you want to get there. Yes. So it's all about your peer groups and collaborating and just putting all of your skill sets and what you have access to together. Because, you know, of course, the main things you need are the equipment to actually film it, and then editing. Everything else you can kind of fill in. The sunlight is the best light ever.
Yeah.
Locations are, if you can be outside and nobody stops you from filming, go for it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Depending on where you live, a park can be anything, especially if you do, you know, bump into someone who knows how to edit. And it's like, hey, I shot this stuff on my iPhone, but you know some really cool edit tricks. Can we work together and do this? And, you know, it's all of those little things. You know, it might take a while. You know, don't think it's going to happen. You shoot it on Saturday, you'll be releasing the video on Wednesday, because unless you have, I mean, even with a big budget, I can tell you that doesn't happen.
Right.
Or it doesn't happen, it's not a good video. But
for sure. I love everything that you said.
Yeah, it's just your resources. You got to tap into your friends who are also other creatives. Like if you know somebody who wants to be a stylist, like, hey, can you make, I have this idea and I got to be this character. Do you know how to do this or where you can get this? It's just tapping into those other creative resources and, you know, getting down and dirty with it. Because again, even if you don't know anybody with a camera, videos have been filmed with an iPhone. I can tell you that for sure. And it's doable.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say too, that I like my first 3 music videos, I really didn't pay for anything because I did exactly what Akila said. Like I literally worked with people who were trying to get their name off the ground as well. So you can definitely, this could be like a project for somebody who's at the school who needs a film. They need to do a short film or something, right? And you can collaborate with them and create the body of work for free. Also, lean into your social media as well. You can even put it out there like, hey, like offer a barter. Hey, you know, I will choreograph a next video for you if you will shoot my video, or you know, or like
I've done that and it was so fun, and I want to like this. That's a great idea.
Yeah, definitely. There's so many different ways that you can go about it. Stephanie.
Yeah, I was going to say barter, like especially, and use your socials to your power, like, and continue to follow people that are like you or that are doing the things that you need because they will follow you back and like comment on their stuff and like engage with their content. Because you know that they're going to, like reciprocity, they're going to want to engage back with yours as long as like, you know, it's people who you think are like you and that are creating art in the way you are, like collaborating with others and then giving credit, like give credit where credit is due, like put up a post that says, even if it's before the video, like a teaser that says like styled by X, filmed by X, so that you're giving credit to other people and they'll want to, you know, they'll want to continue to work with you and create art together.
100%. Yes.
Yeah. It's all about bringing value to the table, right? A lot of times as artists, we are very like, and I'm not saying that you are, but naturally we're stars. So it's like, me, work with me. You want to work with me because I'm amazing. But really, when it really was like more like you want to work with me because I'm going to bring value to you as well. You know, I'm going to help you too. And we're both going to come up. It's not just going to be my come up. It's going to be our come up. So just as long as you remember that, I feel like you'll be okay and that you'll be able to get a great video done. Using your
and I would say too, like you know, if you're torn between 2 songs, maybe map them each out. Like you don't have to do too much work on something to say, okay, how would I create a video for this song? Right. Map them out and get feedback from people who you respect and who you and who say, you know, here's the song, here's what I'm thinking, what do you think? And see their initial reactions, you know, even if it's just like, here's an outline of what I'm thinking, like a storyboard, like super basic, so that you can start to see it. And then I think that it'll speak to you and you'll be able to choose.
Yes. Exactly.
And if you also want to make it a business decision, I saw that your EP is up on Spotify. So you could just look at your analytics and see what song is reacting and say, hey, let me feed this fire. You know, that's a way to help you choose as well.
That's like, I wasn't really looking at the analytics too much. I mean, but I was kind of like going off of what like the people have been reacting to, like, and that's why I'm torn. It's like the song, my favorite song on there, but then everyone else's favorite song on there. You feel me? But I'll figure it out.
It's one of the biggest parts of being an artist.
It is. Go with everyone else's favorite. I know it's hard. And then do yours second.
In the live show, make your favorite the biggest song. That's all.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
All right.
That helps a lot.
I'm so glad that, you know, that this is beneficial to you. And if you're in the audience, it is your turn to go do BB Sophia a solid and head over to @musicforward on Instagram. Show so much love in our poll, and she may be the one that comes back next month. BB Sophia, thank you for your amazing vibes. Thanks. And thank you, industry experts, for the incredible feedback. All 3 of you may now turn off your cameras. All right, we are calling our final artist to the stage tonight. At this time, coming to the virtual stage. Make some noise, everybody. Wherever you are, make some noise. I can feel that energy. Tommy Flores, come on in, Tommy. Let me tell you about Tommy. Tommy Flores is a singer, songwriter, producer from Boston. He now lives in New York and attends Rock Nation School of Music. So I didn't even know Rock Nation had a school of music.
Yeah.
I'm late to the party. That is so cool. How do you like it?
I'm loving it so far. Yeah.
Fire. And how do you, New York and Boston are kind of similar. I was going to say, how are you adjusting to New York? But it's not that different.
I think it's a little bit different, to be honest with you. It's definitely, New York is maybe like 8 times the size of Boston.
Right. Yeah. New York is bigger than everywhere.
For sure.
But at least you didn't come from like Ohio and like the sticks somewhere. Yeah. You at least, you're near some concrete out here.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So tell the audience what they can expect from your performance tonight.
Sure. Well, I have me and a guitar, so I'm going to be singing.
Okay.
I have one song out, and that's the song I'm going to be performing.
Okay.
And yeah, I can't wait to hear everybody's feedback.
This is your single?
This is my single.
And what's it called?
It's called Hard to Swallow.
Love the name. All right. Well, I'm excited to hear you serenade us. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Tommy Flores, take it away.
I don't wanna sleep on the couch, I'd rather sleep on the floor. I got both hands tied to the door, and all the things you like that you can't afford. Just take it all one day at a time. At ease, low stress, like when's over the line. I came from Orange to Center Street. Keep in mind I was making like 10 a week. Surprised I ain't give up in Tennessee. All the things my roommate kept telling me. Too scared to be alone in your house just cause you're sitting at home when people kicking you down. The stairs can be the only way out, so you get lost on your phone if you ain't in the town. I don't wanna sleep on the couch, I'd rather sleep on the floor. I got both hands tied to the door, and all the things you like you can't afford. Just take it all one day at a time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow, that was really great. I loved it. I feel like it has a very fun, free flowing feel to it. Like I can hear like sync potential. You know what sync is?
Like NSYNC?
No. That was funny. Okay, so sync is when your song gets placed to film, television, or commercials. So it's basically like licensing. So your song would be picked up by, a rom-com or, romantic comedy, or a musical director would hear it and put it behind the love scene when the couple's like frolicking through the park or something, so it gives me like that light, airy feeling where I feel like it has good sync potential, where musical directors would be able to place it different, see where it would fit, but it has that fun, everyday feeling to it that I feel would make sense for certain sync opportunities. So that's what I meant when I buy not NSYNC, even though NSYNC is the bomb too.
That's very flattering. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely welcome. Let's get our industry experts in. Industry guests, you may turn on your cameras. And let us get some feedback to Tommy Flores. So, Stephanie, let's start with you.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Tommy, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I dig the acoustic indie vibe. It felt like I was like outside walking in a park. So I think like that kind of plays to your thought on sync, Lydia. Like I could certainly see it. I love an acoustic song. Like I dig that a lot. I'm not sure how much further you produce your music, but I would encourage you to stay in this like raw acoustics lane. Though, I mean, if you're interested in like more production, go for it. But I think that this works for you. I think it works with the tone of your voice well. I enjoyed the lyrics. I don't know if I fully understood the title through the lyrics personally. But sometimes that's a creative decision. So I'd be curious how you came up with the title of the song.
I had written the song about a previous love of mine. And so it was like, when I sang, I felt like it was like hard to swallow, like when I try to sing it, like.
Okay.
It was cute and fun and flirty. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. No, I get it now.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, I don't like the previous love, but hopefully you're both better off. And we all go through those challenging times after a breakup too. But that's interesting, and I would encourage you, like, maybe if you're playing at an open mic or something, to maybe give a little bit of background.
Yes.
On like the song, because that will add to it.
Yeah, tell that story. I love that. Yeah. All right. Akila.
Hey. Yeah, no, I agree. You have a really nice tone to your voice. Like, I would love to hear you sing out a little bit more, like kind of just like project, I think. But other than that, like, I like the song. I agree with everybody. It's such a vibe for like a sync. Like, I was, before you said it, Lydia, I was like, oh, this could be like a Netflix movie. I can.
Yeah. I felt the same way. I was like, whoa, this is sync potential.
Yeah. Like, I like the hook. Like, what is it? I'd rather sleep on your couch. What is it again?
I don't want to sleep on the couch. I'd rather sleep on the floor.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like it.
And then the one step at a time, right? Is that what you say on there?
Just take it all one day at a time.
Yeah. Like, even just that line could be, sync is not always the whole song. Sometimes they'll just take like 4 bars and like repeat it or whatever. So like phrasings like that are like, I can just see it being attached to something. So.
Yeah. And this is the same song that you have the music video for?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it. Like, it's such a sweet video too. Like, it's very nice, and like you said, it's like a sweet, flirty vibe. Like, it's a overall, like, the brand of it. It came together. It's nice. I like it.
Thank you so much.
That's great. And this is your only song, you said?
This is the only song that I have
released
out there. I'm singing, but I actually collaborated with BB Sophia on her project.
Oh, I love that.
So make sure you guys stream that.
You see, the collabs are happening right here already. That's awesome.
That's so cool.
That is really cool. Okay, so what is your question for our experts?
Sure. So my question was, how would you all define success for yourself in this industry?
Like, on the business side, or as a success for an artist?
As an individual.
As an individual?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's deep.
Right?
Okay.
I don't know. I would say finding joy in what you do. Like, I know a lot of people look at what we present in the entertainment industry as like fun and exciting, but it's work. Like, as an artist, it's work. As an executive, it's work. As, I'll put producers and engineers and all that in the artist category as well, but it's all work. It's late nights, it's early mornings, it's long, long days. We were talking about video shoots before. Those can be 14-hour days, so it's finding passion in that work. I think it's no real difference than what other people do. Besides, it's kind of, shown to the world. Like, you have to present what you've been working on in this little silo, and then, it's on Spotify, it's on MTV, it's on, so you have to just find the passion in bringing that stuff to to the masses. Like in my position of making videos and video content, it's really getting in with the artist and figuring out, how do you want to visualize this song? What does it mean to you? What story do you want to tell? What's important? What can you live without? Because, we're talking about budgets and timings and what we can do and what we can't do. So it's really about, for me, at the end of the day, knowing that I've provided something for this artist to tell this part of their story, to be a part of that journey. And that's the joy for me, is like, I just love to be that stepping stone of like, oh, wow, I've always wanted to, shoot this video here and I can't believe it's happening. Like those moments are huge and amazing for me. And like, for all the hard moments, those ones are like, okay, this is dope. Like I get paid to like be that, what I saw on MTV when I was a kid,
Yeah.
So it's really about maintaining that passion for what you do. Because yes, it's art. Yes, you have to sell your art if that's the journey that you're on, but you got to maintain that passion for it. And with that, I think you'll find your success.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, for real.
What about you, Stephanie?
Love that, Akila. Such a great answer. And I echo it, like finding joy in what you're doing. Like for me, a lot of it is finding ways to help artists connect with their fans. I worked at a jukebox company. I worked at a karaoke app. Like we bring artists in to sing on the app so that fans can then join in and create content with some of their favorite artists. Like I love to watch that happen. And it's also about the little things for me too, and watching a project grow from just a small idea, or even like the pre brainstorm idea, and then going through the process itself. Sometimes, like, of course, we want to reach the end and have this beautiful glowing product, but I've been more recently reminding myself to just like take a breath during the journey and like noticing like, okay, maybe I'm a little overwhelmed. Maybe I'm a little stressed right now. The days can be long, but like, let me breathe into this because this is my job and I enjoy doing it. Like it's sometimes it's rare. We're lucky. We work in a fun industry, but
for sure.
And maybe people who like are in finance, like love numbers and they find joy in that
hopefully,
too. Like, I hope so.
Yeah.
But like, we're fortunate. So more recently, when things get stressful, I'm trying to like take a step back, take a breath, and like just like notice where I am and like remind myself to be present throughout the journey. Because then when you get to the end, you're like, oh shit, we just created something amazing. And like, look where it started, look where we were. And like, here we are, like victorious at the end.
Yeah, no, I love both those answers. And I'm just going to add something really small that I like to tell artists, because a lot of times success for artists looks like fame and popularity and like huge numbers. And, that can be something that's always in your head. And if you never really get uber famous, you'll feel like a failure if that's so much weighing on your brain, right? And what I like to tell artists is to realize that, like, if you can pay your bills off your art, like if you can, and not just like, the bare minimum, you're not scraping by, but if you can like live a life that you enjoy, you can go on vacations and you can like provide for your kids and your family when you get to that place, you're successful. That is a success story, and there's more than one way to success. Not everybody's going to be Beyonce. It's just impossible. Or she wouldn't be Beyonce if we were all like her, right? So the point is to realize that, like, there's sync and there's like, you can do like tours on your own. You can literally be an indie artist and tour and make money your whole life. You can teach, there's so many different ways that you can like use your gifts and make money and live a happy life. So of course, have the huge dreams. Like I still feel like I'm going to be Beyonce one of these days. Please, can't tell me otherwise. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying my journey. I'm living my life. I'm paying my bills. I'm going on vacation and I'm happy. So that's what success looks like.
Yeah, that's real. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. If you're in the audience and you came to see Tommy Flores, it is your turn. Head over to @MusicForward. Show so much love in our poll, and Tommy may be the one of the artists to come back next month. Thank you so much, Tommy. So you may leave. Industry experts, stick around. I have one final closing question for you guys. But Tommy, you may turn off your camera. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. So we are pretty much done. We like to end the show with a final question from our industry experts. And the question is basically, if you could give one word of advice to a young up and coming artist, not like one single word, but like one tip or like one takeaway, what would it be? Whoever wants to go first.
Let me think. I think it's really just, I actually love what you just said about, that definition of success. But I would say, just be authentic, remain authentic to your art, to your journey, and to who you are, and to your art. I mean, everybody wants to be a pop star, but like pop is popular. So if you're popular in your genre of music, do that and do that well and do that to the best of your abilities, and don't try to change it into something else that isn't what you do. Sorry.
It's okay.
And staying true to your journey is, where do you want this to take you? Like you said, like, if I can tour, 6 months out of the year, make the money that I need and write the other 6 months, and that's my life and I love it. That's beautiful. And, staying authentic to yourself is just like always just remembering to come back, recenter. Because if it does get big and if it does get crazy, that happens fast. And you got to have the people around you. You got to have, the mindset with you to bring it back to center and know who you are and where you're going and where you come from.
Yes. Love, 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 love.
Love
Stephanie?
that.
Yeah.
I would echo all of that and say, like, simply, like, get a whiteboard and write down your goals. What do you want to do? And maybe some short term, maybe some long term, but put them down. Don't just keep them in your mind. When you start writing something down, you have that, you start that drive, and like, don't be afraid to take the first step, because like they say, like a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. Like it doesn't mean that you're going to reach the end. Maybe you won't, but also like, maybe the path will change and you'll never know until you give it that first step. And for me, a lot of that is writing down and trying to manifest it. And saying like, I'm going to do this.
Powerful. Like, because we as artists, like, so much lives up here and it will stay here if you don't get it out on paper. Like, that's so real. Like, that's the first step, is like putting it on paper. So I love that you said that. Because artists are scatterbrained, man. We have to get more organized. Like, that's a must. That's how you start checking off the boxes and getting stuff done. So thank you. Yeah.
That's the team helping me like get this out of my brain. And
yes. Thank you both so much for your expertise and just pouring into these artists, and everybody watching. I know I've gained, from hearing from you guys as well. So thank you. We appreciate you here at Music Forward for dedicating your time to this initiative. It's been great having both of you. So you guys may now both turn off your cameras.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. This is awesome.
Absolutely. Once again, my name is Lydia Caesar, and it is my absolute pleasure to host this open mic every other week. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell a friend about what you experienced here tonight, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace.